Spring in Florida, Republican Senator Rick Scott, member of the Homeland Security Committee, was in that hearing today. Senator Scott, I watched your exchange with Mr. Rowe and the deputy as well. It just goes back. I kept asking the same question all morning. Why wasn't there a U.S. Secret Service sniper on that roof, which was one of the very few spots that was elevated to the left or to the right? We never got an answer to that question, except, the locals said they had it covered.
Well, first off, the Secret Service is responsible. The American public is asking questions. They want to know what happened. They want to know who's being held accountable. And they want to know, is this not going to happen again? What they should be doing is they should be doing daily press conferences with you, with the media, answering everybody's question. Because right now, what are they doing? What they're doing is, it looks like, oh, that's a cover-up. There's all sorts of information out there, and we're not getting the facts. So I had 2 mass shootings when I was governor. We had the Pulse nightclub. I had local, state, and federal law enforcement. We did 2 press conferences or 3 press conferences every day and answered all the questions. Same after the Parkland school shooting. That's what they should be doing. I don't get it, because what they're doing is they're making people worry that they've got, this is the deep state, and that there's going to be a cover-up. We have wonderful Secret Service agents, FBI agents, people working at Homeland Security. And what they need is for their leadership to get the heck out of their offices and go answer some questions and say exactly what happened, so we make the American public comfortable this will not happen again and somebody's going to get held accountable.
Absolutely. I mean, the Secret Service director stepped down right after Ronald Reagan, the president, was shot at, and took responsibility. It's very clear that there were people, including the field office in Pittsburgh, who should absolutely, their jobs should be at least on the line at this point. Here's Senator Mike Lee pressing on why President Trump was even allowed on the stage, given the presence of a suspicious individual, which they were all aware of by that point. Watch.
Why was President Trump allowed to take the stage at 6:02 p.m., exactly 17 minutes after multiple suspicious person reports were provided, complete with photos and information suggesting that the assailant had a rangefinder, something that ordinary people don't use in this kind of circumstance?
Senator, again, it was suspicion, not weapon, or there was never communication of that there was an individual with a gun or threat or other bad intentions.
Okay, so that, I mean, that part is bad enough. And then you listen to the local law enforcement who discovered that he had a gun, right? And then we heard in an exchange with Senator Ossoff, oh, well, we can't possibly communicate with each other after Rose said, the week before is so we can all exchange numbers and make sure we have contact. But here's Ossoff. I want to play this, and then I want to get your thoughts on all of that, if I can, Senator. Here we go.
There is not currently the capability for example, state law enforcement, SWAT personnel, or local law enforcement officers to communicate directly with Secret Service officers on site?
So technically you could do it, but it would take a long time to get it done. And for a 1-day or an 8-hour operation, it requires a lot. And it would be months of planning.
What is the point of having local law enforcement on the scene at 3 o'clock if you can't communicate with them, Senator?
It's real simple. All you do is you would have embedded the Secret Service with the local law enforcement. I mean, that's what we do. I do that after hurricanes in Florida. You get somebody from the state in our state agency with the locals, so there's perfect communication. I mean, it's not that hard. So, and don't blame things on the locals. This is the Secret Service's responsibility. It's the leadership's responsibility. And do you want the person responsible for that event from the Secret Service to do Trump's next event? I don't.
Yeah. President Trump said that they've, increased the security around him. But, there's a lot of theories out there on what was going on. And you're so right. If you don't speak to people every day, you're leaving open a gulf of conspiracy for why he was not better protected, Senator.
It doesn't make any sense. I have people come up to me all the time. Hey, was there a second shooter? How'd the gun get up there? I mean, tell people, give people as much information as you have. And I mean, just keep people informed. How many times in our lifetime does a president get shot? It doesn't happen very often. So shouldn't we have more information?
Yep, it hasn't. We haven't had a president shot at in 43 years, and I think that leads to questions about complacency, at the very least in this situation. And it is, if you don't fire people, then you don't have standards, essentially, because the standards just slip and slip and slip, and nobody ever sees anyone get fired, so they don't worry about the 3 o'clock position over there on the roof. It's incredible.
Nobody's going to be held accountable. It sure looks like it. Nobody will be held accountable. Substantial
hearing today. I hope it gets some serious results. Senator, thank you very much. Senator Rick Scott from Florida. Always good to have you with us.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.